Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Big Finish fans. As promised, if there was big news, we said we were back to cover the big news. We've had two major drops and a little bit what's gone under the radar, mainly because it's arranged that not many people are interested, but we'll cover it as well because hey, it's Big Finish fans. So once again, I'm joined with Luke.
Hello, everyone.
You didn't ruin your intro this time.
No, there we go. I let you get to me, didn't I?
Oh yeah. So while we wait for a few people to join, before we dive into the main meat of this stream, what have you been doing since we last spoke, which was yesterday? How have you been occupying yourself?
Yeah.
What were you doing when the news dropped?
Yeah, so I was just out with friends really today. Went into town.
Look at you, social life.
Yeah, I know. It's a rare thing, isn't it?
Doctor Who fan
It's
has
like
a social
screen
life.
record this to prove I have a social life.
They're not cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
You can't mend people.
Oh dear. But yeah, I was sat down in Nando's waiting for a table to be free when I saw the news pop up on my phone. So that is about as exciting as that gets for me. How about you? What were you up to?
Nothing as cheeky as yours. I was having a driving lesson, so I was like, I heard like my phone vibrating in my pocket. I was like, oh, something's kicking off, and I was like, I can't look at my phone. So I had to wait until I got home, and I was like, oh, great, and here we are to talk about it.
Yeah. Luckily, it was something exciting, like a Big Finish news drop, and not something worse.
Yeah,
that's causing your phone to kick off.
I mean, it was exciting enough. I was like, because the whole day I've literally been following the hashtag Big Finish Day because I was like, oh, maybe there'll be like a few little nuggets of information. Will we get the Three Doctors Lost Story thing announced? I was just waiting for that bit of news, and we got a little bit about Dorian Gray, which we'll talk about at the end because we're all here for Fugitive Doctor and Sacha Dhawan.
Yeah,
really. But yeah.
But yeah, I had a few checkups on it just to see what was going on, and it didn't seem like anything major. I imagine it is more like for people there to really get the experience of just talking to these actors, really, and producers. It's not necessarily about these big news drops as such, though. They save some of those towards the end. It is more just a interactive discussion about what goes on behind the scenes, I suppose. I think, one anecdote I heard was about how Paul McGann was inspired to get into acting by John Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went up to him during one of the 50th celebrations that they were doing to tell him, and apparently John Hurt just went, "Oh, shut up."
And then did you hear about him and Richard E. Grant being up for Sherlock in 2010 for Stephen Moffat? That would have been I want to be in that timeline just to see what that would have been like, to be honest.
Yeah. Would we have Paul McGann as Doctor Strange now? Is that
Ooh.
We might be better off in this timeline, actually, because he wouldn't be able to do much Big Finish in that one.
I mean, no, McGann will make time. He loves it.
Yeah. Certainly it would be nice to have some sort of series like that, because I think with Sherlock wrapped up, surely you can go back and get Paul McGann, maybe Richard E. Grant, maybe another actor, I don't know, to step into these roles now.
So I mean, if Russell's doing his own little thing, maybe we can get a McGann series. So maybe that's why McGann's free now. Who knows?
Yeah, perhaps.
Who knows?
Yeah, I suppose we should get into what everyone's here for, really.
Yes. Which one should we start with? We're a bit spoiled for choice.
Big Finish themselves didn't know what to start with when they announced it, because Jason Hay-Gallery, I think it was saying we have the Fugitive Doctor as the first of our announcements, and then loading up on the screen suddenly popped the Call Me Master was the first announcement.
Yeah.
And then Fugitive Doctor popped up on the screen, so they fumbled that up a bit.
Well, they had a bit of technical issues with Michael Troughton trying to get him there because he was there in spirit.
Yeah, they got him on Skype, didn't they? Or Zoom or something, some kind of. I doubt it was StreamYard.
No. They're a bit more higher tech and at market than us.
Yeah,
they have a budget. We don't.
I suppose, should we start with Call Me Master? Because I think that's the slightly less exciting of the two, I guess, be the way to put it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems wrong to say that, really.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's the one I'm more hyped for personally, personally, but I think with the buzz around it, it's slightly more talked about.
I think with these two releases or series, I feel like they were a given, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a while back someone in the chat asked us, who, if we get 13th Doctor era spin-offs, or when we get them, what would we want to see first? And I remember I certainly jumped straight on, I want Sacha Dhawan's Master on Big Finish, and I can't remember. Did you say the same, do you think, or?
Well, a stylish one put in the chat. I wonder if I can get it up here.
No.
There we go. You did it. You predicted Sacha Dhawan and Joe Martin. I predicted the Sea Devils in a Pirate episode. We are prophets, so
Yes.
looks like we must have predicted it back in whatever stream it was.
Yeah. We are a triad of fortune tellers.
Oh, yeah, we are the chosen ones of Big Finish.
Yeah.
So if I load up the old news article, I mean, there's two articles. You use the actual BBC one or the Big Finish one. But I'll just load the Big Finish one up for now.
Yeah, I think we'll go to the source, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think there's any difference between the two articles. It is like the same stuff. It's just the Big Finish one is more focused on,
That
you
release.
can pre-order here and stuff, and here's your links and everything. But,
So, are you going to pre-order it?
not right now. I think maybe closer to the time, or actually probably I'll just go download after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have a release date for either of these 4 box sets.
No, none of them we really know about. So, I mean, I imagine they're not recorded yet, similar to the Eccleston announcement. How that was like August, wasn't it? And then they got recording December. So, yeah, I'd imagine this is the same as that, really.
But I can definitely see one of these releases being in the December slot this year. I think we'll definitely get one of these releases this year.
Yeah, I think we'll have them all before the end of next year as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And probably some others as well. Because they did say in one of the articles that more 13th Doctor stuff is to come in some shape or form.
Jericho. Calling it now. Jericho's the next one. Yeah, but this one, so Sacha Dhawan, he's sort of been a Big Finish regular. Well, it's wrong to say regular, but he has appeared on a couple of releases.
I mean, most memorable for me would be the Fallen Angels from Classic Doctor's New Monsters Volume 1.
I was thinking as well the Vicar from Ghostwalk.
Yeah.
I can't remember him in Dark Ice 3.
No,
which is an awful shame.
Oh, no. Or do I? It'd be interesting if he's got scenes opposite Alex McQueen's Master in there.
Ooh. Might have to take a look at Dark Ice 3.
I think maybe he was in the second story of that set. The Dark Ice 3 page is really weird. It doesn't actually even give you the individual titles.
Okay.
Like it just, you've got like a synopsis for the whole box set, but then it doesn't even give you the individual titles of them. Gosh, that's an odd one.
So, have you got any predictions for this Master Series?
Not really, I'd say. I mean, it's
Do you
hard
think it's gonna be when he was stranded on Earth for 70 years?
No, I feel like they'll play about a bit more, have it be set while he's just traveling in between and not running into the Doctor. I think would be my prediction for it. How about you? Do you think? I mean, it could be one box set of each.
That's what I'm sort of thinking and sort of hoping for, really. To sort of play around with it. Not be, I guess, I want in the same vein as Only the Good, where it's sort of it sort of has a story arc in a way, but it has that sort of standalone feel to it in a certain point in that Master's time. Really.
Do you think Big Finish have any like insider info on the centenary? Since it will certainly feature Sacha Dhawan's Master, we're assuming it's going to feature the Fugitive Doctor. Do you think they've been given details to help them write this so they don't instantly contradict something? Or with the secrecy that's been going on with the current era, do you think Big Finish has been kept in the dark?
I don't think they've know anything about the centenary, unless Briggs has gone like we've got to tread carefully on this one.
I mean, I suppose Briggs himself is in the
Yeah.
centenary as the Daleks. Maybe he's been able to pick up a few things, and he's just like secretly looking over all this, going, "No, don't do that, don't do that."
I think because either way, a Big Finish product's got to go to the BBC for approval, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess that sort of falls into the category of them trying to do their own thing, and they don't want to tread on the toes of the centenary, centenary, whatever you want to call it.
I've seen some people call it the centennial.
Centennial. Well, that's all right. Okay, that's a new one.
I think centenary sounds better to me, but yeah, there you go. Put it in the chat. Do you prefer centenary or centennial?
Centennial. Do you think we'll get like a post-regen story?
I'd love that, because that's something we haven't had with any master yet, I don't think.
And it feels like such a Big Finish thing to like on a checklist, because Big Finish is all about plugging in gaps. It feels like right for them to do.
Yeah, because there's definitely a gap between Missy and the master we see in Spyfall. She was like on the road to redemption, and now suddenly he's right back where he normally is. And so there's definitely a story to be told there about what's been going on. I mean, maybe the story of how he finds out about the timeless child. Maybe it's going to be the story of how he destroys Gallifrey. That'd be interesting. It's like a political thriller with the master as he like works his way through Gallifrey, ending in its destruction. I'd be down for that.
I think that's got potential. Actually, I think that seems like a really good idea for a box set.
Yeah.
Maybe they could do what they did with Gallifrey Time War, where it sort of links into Only the Good. So you maybe get Dhawan pop up at the end of that box set. Maybe, I don't know. It all depends where War Room finishes, really. But I think Big Finish are trying to make a tapestry of releases where they all sort of interconnect in some way. So I'm down for that, really.
Yeah, that could definitely work. Do you think we'll see him in any other releases before this? Because I think Big Finish have a trend of announcing these new things, and then you get like a sneak preview in another one, similar to the second Doctor in The Annihilators.
I was going to say I could see him like appearing in like the 60th release. It's always a shame that he wasn't in Masterful, to be honest.
Yeah, that would have been a great chance. Like just a cameo, just give him something.
Because I'm sure he would have been in it. Because I think Sacha Dhawan loves, just reading from the article, he seems quite passionate about the character.
Yeah.
And I think those are like the big main takeaways from Jodie's era is Sacha Dhawan and Joe Martin. So I feel like this is a great way.
Yeah. They're definitely the two heavy hitters of the era to bring on, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think it's odd how little we actually have of Dhawan on TV. Like he only had half of Spyfall. He was pretending to be someone else. And then he only appears right at the end of Ascension to Cybermen to lead into the Timeless Children. So we've only really got 2 proper full episodes so far of him as the Master. And now we're just about to get a third with the Centenary.
It's like you said, it's a difficult one to predict, because are we going to get the Cyber Lords, Cyber Masters? I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I think it's Cyber Lords, isn't it? No, Cyber Masters. It is Masters. Yeah,
I prefer Cyber Lords, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we all automatically go for Cyber Lords, but the show went for Cyber Masters. I mean, I'd say personally, I prefer not. Just leave them be.
But is this like one of the quickest announcements, do you think, from like a new series property? Because I feel like Missy was pretty soon joining.
But Missy, that was like after her last appearance, at least. Unless, I mean, she sort of has a cameo in Twice Upon a Time, doesn't she?
Is it Twice Upon a Time she's in it? I can't remember.
It's archive footage, though.
Okay.
And everyone's saying Doctor, 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 and he wakes up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Whereas this, it's like properly, Sacha Dhawan's got a full story coming up in the Centenary, and that's 5-6 months away still. So this probably does come under the earliest in that sort.
Do you think one of these will drop the same night as the centenary?
I feel like we'll get more details on one of them the night of the centenary. I don't think they'll drop quite then.
Because I was just thinking, like they did, we had Twice Upon a Time, then you had the David Bradley box set.
And same with River.
Yeah. So I was just thinking maybe that would be a good time to go, hey, enjoy the 13th Doctor era and let's have a box set.
Yeah, could be. But I feel like with the way this era treats it, they prefer for that not to be the case.
I think by that point it's over though. So
yeah,
I guess they've not got a hold of it. Yeah. So I don't know.
But, yeah. I mean, I suppose it's the same as releasing Redacted on the same day as Legend of Sea Devil. So yeah, maybe I could see it actually.
So if you want to buy it, you can get the bundle for 44 quid. So it's gone up a little bit if you want to get the download, 36 quid.
Yeah, it's like 2 quid more for physical and download now, isn't it? It's 22 quid for physical and 19 for download rather than 17 and 20, which is an interesting little hike up. I wonder if it'll be permanent across the board for like upcoming releases. Oh, that's gonna sting if the next wave of relaunch stuff is all that little bit more.
Oh,
like
the wallet.
If it's every 3-disc box set coming out next year.
Imagine the bundle price.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's only 2 quid per release, so you think, oh, that's not that bad. But when you think about 14 or more releases having that hike, that's gonna sting.
Yeah, because a part of me was like, oh, it's probably because it's like a new series thing. But if it's across the board, then yeah, we're definitely gotta feel it.
Although it's still better value than 10th Doctor Classic Companions at the moment, because that is 3 discs for what was it, $19.99 on download and $24.99 for physical. And
I just put that down for Tenant.
Option.
I just put that down for Tenant, to be honest. Yeah, we've got Heather Challenge. I'm sorry if I butchered your surname. If you're watching, very sorry. But she's been doing great with the Third Doctor. So
yeah, what else has she been doing as well? I think she's on Gallifrey War Room too, and she's taken over Unit Nemesis.
So maybe there's a ring of truth in what I said about him appearing in War Rooms.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope. I mean, if it's not, please do it. Yeah, is there anything else we can say about Call Me Master?
That we're looking forward to it early.
Yeah, I feel like it was a given because, like, I feel like every master's been given their own little area to shine, and I'm just curious to know what it's going to sound like. What's the theme going to be? Even like the Fugitive one, like what is the theme going to be? Is it going to be the Jodie theme, or are they going to go all out and give them their own individual themes?
I imagine they'll go all out. I mean, Eric Robertson's got his own individual theme, so I can definitely see Call Me Master having its own theme. It makes you want how many more variations on Master can we get? Like we've got Master followed by an exclamation mark. We've got Call Me Master, the War Master, and it's Missy. That's one's easy to differentiate. But like what are you going to call a Beaver spin-off if we do ever get one?
Oh, the Crispy Adventures. I don't know.
Because I think, like in fandom, we do have like our own names for them. I think a lot of people call him the Spy Master. I've seen some people call him the Purple Master, which is
I mean,
I can see why, but and then you got the Saxon Master is like the obvious one. War Master is like both adopted in canon and official. I think that's more because you've got the War Doctor, so you can get away with there being a War Master.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably where that one came from. Missy's just Missy. That's what... I mean, isn't it like I think they might have used names in the script as well to differentiate. like the script for Masterful, because you've got so many of them there. I think they did come up with names then.
Did we get the script for Masterful in like the extras?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
I believe. I'm trying to think what. Who's the guy who? Is it Bruce?
Yeah, Bruce.
The TV movie. Yeah, I think he's like Eric Roberts' one. It's called the Bruce Master or something. But yeah, we usually just call them unofficial things like the TV movie master and stuff, don't we? Yeah, or just the Dhawan master. Just going off the actors' names, really.
Keeps it simple, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like you can't really brand it as that. You can't call this the Dhawan master.
Yeah.
It's like got to have something different in universe in that sense, just for marketing. It's like similar to how everyone calls Grogu Baby Yoda, but nothing Star Wars official, no merchandise or anything like that will ever say Baby Yoda. It will always be the child or Grogu.
Yeah, that is true, actually. Yeah.
Should we have a look at what the chat's been saying about?
Yeah, let's have a look at the chat before we take a look at Fugitive Doctor.
Yeah.
Chat, what's your hyped release? Is it Fugitive, Sacha Dhawan? Which one are you most excited for to listen to?
Ben Miller says, I hope Big Finish explores the pre-Flux adventures of 13th Doctor and Yasmin Khan after they said goodbye to Ryan and Graham. Yeah, I think, especially if they do struggle to get John Bishop, that's probably going to be the easiest route for them to go down with Jodie and Mandip.
I mean, this might be a bit of a bold prediction, but I feel like by the years out, we might have Jodie on Big Finish.
Yeah, perhaps an official announcement. Which I think I was saying to you before, I'm not necessarily hyped for.
I think you've got to allow a bit of time. Like absence makes the heart grow fond.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. It's gonna be. It needs to come around when we're missing Jodie a bit.
Yeah,
and then they hit us with that. Because I mean, it's sort of skipping ahead a bit to the Fugitive Doctor here, but when you look at fan artwork and stuff, like there's been a lot of fan Big Finish covers made. So many of them are about the Fugitive Doctor. I haven't seen that many with the 13th Doctor.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's partially also down to the fact that Fugitive Doctor doesn't have that much presence on TV. She's only really in half of Fugitive to June, and then a small cameo in Timeless Children and Once Upon Time. So there's like more of a lusting for more of her, isn't there? Like we've just scratched the surface, and what we've gotten is so good. Joe Martin's performance is so striking there that there is that hunger for more. Whereas the 13th Doctor, we have a lot already. Like she is the incumbent Doctor, so there's not necessarily as much of a hunger for what else we could get there.
But I think with Jodie, there is potential there. There's that unscratched potential, but you can see it on screen, but they just haven't quite molded it. And I think from the expanded media, I've had the 13th Doctor through like the novels. I think that's when I've had like the proper grasp of, oh, that's the 13th Doctor's character. I mean, I know it's bad to say that I went to expanded media to find a character, but I think if anyone's going to do Jodie and find her Doctor, it's Big Finish.
Yeah, I mean, it's what they did with the 6th Doctor, really, isn't it? So,
yeah,
I mean, you're never going to have them outwardly admit that, though. Because I think, like, there's that distance, and also there's less caring for the brand back then, where they could outright say, yeah, the 6th Doctor's era on TV wasn't that well regarded, and now we've rehabilitated him. With current eras, like the new series, they're never going to say, oh, this wasn't that well done, so we've done it better. Like they're going to praise it, and I mean, maybe they do actually like it. You never know with these things. Like that's their own personal opinion. They're entitled to it, but I think they will nevertheless do better with the 13th Doctor.
I think it's just a shame for Jodie because we've had Time Lord Victor. I know this is going off topic, but sort of the whole sort of novels and sort of her being the face of the brand, she hasn't been really, and I feel like that's a bit of a shame, really. And I think if I think Big Finish will definitely give her that presence to go, look, there we go. She's going to sell.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it's all down to how they market things now, really.
Hmm.
I think it is down to how businessy it works. What doctors sell. Oh, Tennant, let's stick him on at the front.
Yeah.
It's one of those, really.
Trevor Hicks says, I have faith in Big Finish writing better for Jodie, and also the Fugitive Doctor I am most looking forward to, as she has the most mystery to explore. Yeah, that's very true. It's interesting how Big Finish is going to be the place where we're going to get a lot of answers, probably, unless the Centenary does drop something big there, because we don't even necessarily know placement with the Fugitive Doctor. Like, we're assuming she is the one directly before Hartnell, but that's never explicitly been said or anything.
What else we got in the chat?
Aidan Woodhead asks, my question is, how have Big Finish been able to get the rights to Sarah so quickly? I feel like relations have been getting better and better with the BBC on these things. I think they have been happy to let more things slide over in Big Finish's direction.
And I think now Russell's taken over, I think maybe there was that sort of weird loophole void for the license to go, yeah, you can have it now. Because everything's in the can, everything's done. Yeah, take it.
Yeah, like this era is, like, from production point of view, I think wrapped up, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the license works, whether as soon as a Doctor finishes, it goes into the heritage line, or they've got to not reapply, but they've got to go, oh, can we buy that section of who? You know what I mean?
With the Paternoster gang, that's all they had to get their own license to do stuff with that. I'm assuming maybe because there was potential for a spin-off there, the BBC was looking into that, and so it became a separate rights thing. But then that never went anywhere. Maybe that's got something to do with that. But yeah, certainly with some licenses, they do have to get specific stuff. It's not just one license fits all. Patrick Sherwood says, Fugitive Doctor for me.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you've seen like the fan-made covers, you're like, oh, I really like the collection box sets. You're like, yeah, give me them stories like Sea Devils and
there's like one with the Merker on, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that was before we knew about Legend of the Sea Devils, so maybe that's not something we'd have now.
There was such a good buzz off the announcement at Big Finish Day today. Hope you had a good time at Big Finish Day. Doctor Who Home.
Yeah, hope everyone enjoyed it while they were there.
Yeah.
Sardish one says, Fugitive Doctor should have a remix of the first Doctor theme that starts off similar and then becomes very different. I can see that being an interesting way to go.
I was thinking a bit like the David Warner Glass theme.
Yeah, so like a alternative first Doctor theme, would that be?
A bit more like a darker thing, really. Because it'd be interesting to know what they do with it.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Yeah. We're already getting more from Jodie's era immediately than we did when they got the license to Capaldi's era, the stylish one. Yeah, I mean, how much have we really got spin-off wise from Capaldi era?
Only Missy, really?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Paternoster gang kind of comes under that, but they originated in
Smith.
Yeah, Smith. Yeah, looking at the 12th Doctor collected collection page, it is only Missy that's unique. Then the rest is short trips and chronicles and the upcoming audio novel.
I feel like those two like Smith and Capaldi are probably the least explored on Big Finish. But I think that's what makes these announcements so strange, but yet wonderful. That the era is not over technically, but we've got stories with those characters coming up from this era.
Yeah, we know new life is being given to it.
Yeah.
Imagine if Big Finish did a Michael Troughton regeneration into Joe Martin at some point in the future beyond War Games sets a stylish one. It'd certainly be an interesting way to connect those two gaps because they are on very similar storylines, aren't they?
Yes, like is it a CIA sort of Celestial Intervention Agency thing? So yeah, I think that would be a good little into sort of weave for those two ranges, maybe.
Yeah, but I think Chris Chibnall's intention with this Doctor was for it to be pre-Hartnell, and so I think that's what Big Finish are going to try to stick with somehow, and then they'll have to explain the TARDIS and stuff. Who knows?
Because are we gonna get Carvanista? I mean, I guess we're jumping the gun by talking about Fugitive Doctor. I mean, yeah, let's talk about Fugitive Doctor, shall we?
Yeah, let's like that.
Let's load it up. So, could we have Carvanista back? Because I think this is just a real rich area to explore. And I think,
and it is very much Big Finish having their print on a Doctor.
Yeah. Because I love Joe Martin's Doctor, but if you dive deeper into what a Doctor is, you don't really know because all it is like shut up, be quiet, stand there, do as you're told. Like there's
it's
not
very
much to
Joe Martin carrying it. Her presence in the role and her performance is what makes it.
Because I really rate her. I really rate Joe Martin.
I think there's also potential for a slightly different Doctor as well, because this isn't the same character we know. This is someone with completely different memories. And so there's certainly potential for something different there.
Do you think this is going to be very much the beginning of this Doctor's life, or do you think it's going to be, here's a section of her when she's working with the division? You know, how do you think it's going to work? What would you want from this range?
In the news article themselves, they mention so David Richardson says there's a whole era to explore in these stories that follow on from Fugitive to Dune. So it looks like it'll be picking up where that story left off. So she's on the run from the Time Lords at this point, hence the Fugitive in the title. And so we'll see like that sort of thing where she's on the run, not doing missions for division, but working by herself. And yeah, we still don't exactly know why she was on the run from division, why they were hunting her, and what that was all about, what she had done that led to the 13th Doctor getting imprisoned at the end of the Timeless Children. There is a lot of questions here, which maybe the Centenary will answer, but I don't have much faith that it will, if I'm honest. So
leave it to Big Finish. It'll be fine.
Yeah, like it's a can of worms, isn't it? And there's definitely a lot that Big Finish can do with that there.
And I think because the Fugitive Doctor is very much bare bones, it does allow for that playground to be explored even more heavily. Because Big Finish recently have been very much about, let's put our own spin on the Doctors, you know, whether that be the War Doctor with War Doctor Begins, Eccleston. They are very much carving out eras now, and I think that this could be one of their flagship ones, really.
Yeah, this can very much be one where they can show off their full creative talents, really. Yeah, and it's like she's very much going to be their own, similar to what McGann is.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, I never thought that. Yeah.
Certainly, with a lot of other Doctors, there's that attempt to recreate the authentic feeling you got watching them on TV, like recreate that era. Whereas with the 8th Doctor, there's never really been an attempt to recreate a TV movie. No one's been crying out for that anyway, and so they've been able to create their own different styles and different eras of the 8th Doctor. And so I imagine the Fugitive Doctor will end up with the same treatment eventually. She will have like different distinctive eras of her own one day.
I just want really weird balls to the wall type stories. I want something like the first 50 for Joe Martin's Doctor, because from the bits we've seen in like Once Upon a Time, there's some, you know, the universe is very early on in its development. So I think that we're going to get some very interesting aliens and creatures. You know, are we going to, like, how far are we going to lean into existing monsters? Are we going to have the Fugitive Doctor battle the demigods, Fenric, that type of thing? Or is it going to be sort of straight back, here's some new foes for this Doctor?
Yeah, and certainly they get quite weird with those, can't they? I
Yeah.
think it'd be interesting to have more similar to what the War Master has, where it's a lot of long form stories in a single box set. I think that's what I'd like, rather than quick, snappy collection of 3 different stories. I would like more of an arc within the box set, because I think this is a Doctor who would be more methodical, who would take more time, and so would suit that style a bit more.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, I could be just speaking for me, but I think we prefer the box sets where they have a sort of an ongoing arc in between. Like Dalek Universe, Fourth Doctor Series 8, I think we're definitely a fan of those sort of arcs in a box set, really, but not drawn out where it's you get filler, but it's done right, really. Yeah.
Patrick Sherwood asks, if you could give Jo Martin a companion, who would you create for her? Because he sort of like had, is it Lee who seemed to be the companion, but then met an unfortunate end? So, I mean, Carvanista as well, but that seems to be more, if that's while she's working for the Division, and this is after Fugitive, where she's on the run, then presumably Carvanista wouldn't be in it, or maybe he'd be hunting her in it.
Yeah.
Maybe we could see their like relationship start to sour, and that's why he's a bit more antagonistic at the start of Flux.
And him getting like the little memory thing in his head.
Yeah.
Implanted, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I think maybe she probably would work quite well on her own as well.
I feel like she's got that Eccleston feel that she's sort of a Lone Ranger type thing.
Yeah, I feel like if she did have companions, it'd be similar to what the War Doctor's done, where it's more like one-off companions, more there for a mission rather than someone to actually travel and be friends with.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people joke online that we're gonna get her meeting the Brigadier and 60 Cybermen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen.
Yeah, I could definitely see her meeting River.
Can
In
you?
fact, yeah. I mean, like we were talking about how with Dhawan's Master, seeing him pop up in a set beforehand, I think it's almost a given that Jo Martin will pop up in a set before the Fugitive Doctor. I could definitely see it being a River set.
That'd be an interesting dynamic. It makes me wonder how long were they planning this? Because in Masterful, you've got Johnson going, "Oh, she's dead. The Doctor's dead." So
yeah, I mean that's presumably the 13th, though.
Yeah,
but yeah, it certainly makes you think that they have had access, had known they were getting this license for a while. Sarge said there should be an episode in the style of Once Upon a Time at some point in the set, a distorted reality bending story told out of order.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. I think Big Finish will... Hold on.
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, I think Ben Miller said, I think Big Finish will get Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi on board first, then Jodie. I feel like the opposite. I think Jodie will be before those two. If anything.
I think certainly she'll be more willing.
I think because she is preggers, I think recording audios from home might be easy for her.
Yeah, she's already got experience of it with
Redacted
as well, so if that was a good experience for her, maybe she'll be happy to come back for more. But yeah, I was going to say hello to Alchemist Fighting Going Ups TV.
Hello.
Asks thoughts on the Big Finish recording of Galaxy 4. Do you know what this is?
I take it. I guess it's the animation.
Yeah, are you talking? Oh yeah, Big Finish. It was Big Finish Creative who did the animation, wasn't it?
Yeah. What did you make of it?
One of the weaker animations, to be honest. Well, but I can see why it's going for with the more colourful approach to it, but it's rather garish in that.
It's going for the 60s Star Trek vibe, isn't it? That.
Yeah. But a lot of that in Star Trek itself comes more from lighting.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the colours there aren't like the set itself, it's how it's lit. It's going for that weird style. Whereas this animation, it's got no lighting, is pretty much the way to describe it. So yeah, it comes across a bit garish in that sense to look at, and also sometimes physically it's just a bit dull. There's like a lot of the same animations, characters walking across. How about you? What do you think of it?
I think it's all right. It's not my favorite animation. It's not my least favorite animation. It's just kind of there, really. I'm glad we got a heart on animation. I think that's the main takeaway from it, and hopefully the animations will have a new form, whether that be through BritBox. Who knows?
Yeah, it's all like awkward because it was released between Evil and the season 17 box set, so it's very much forgotten by those two heavy hitters either side of it.
Yeah.
I suppose we should get some news on Abominable Snowmen sometime soon.
Yeah, because that was meant to be May, like the date for it. So who knows?
Yeah.
But then I think it could be August. Some people are saying July. If it is, the rumors for like season 22, that's going to be June. Then you've got the Cushing films as well. They're coming out June, July. So it could be a big old month for Doctor Who home media, really. Big old time, really.
Starshman says most wasted Game of Thrones actor in Doctor Who. Also, most wasted Doctor Who actor in Game of Thrones. I mean, this one's more for you because you know who was in.
Yeah.
What? Because all I think of is Maisie and what's the person who plays Vinda.
Jacob Anderson.
Yeah,
I think I like Vinda.
Yeah, those are the only two I know who are in both, off the top of my head.
You've got the person from the Angel Two-Parter with Smith, the head of like the clergy. He's good, isn't it? He's not wasted. He's good because he's very much of Emilia Clarke's character. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. You've got the person who plays Baines in series 1. That's good. He's good in it. I think it's Harry Lloyd. He's good. Harry Lloyd's a good actor.
Yeah. Was what's his name? Finn Jones. Was he in Game of Thrones? I mean, technically Sarah Jane Adventures, but
I can't remember, to be honest. I think he probably is.
Yeah, I know he was Iron Fist.
I think maybe the person who played Kosharmus, he was a bit of a wasted one in Time as Children.
Yeah, I think I more know him from Derry Girls.
There you go. Yeah. So I'd say he's probably the most wasted. And then in terms of Doctor Who,
Loris Tyrell.
Oh yeah.
Finn Jones played in.
Okay.
21 episodes apparently, so they're fairly big role.
And then most wasted in Game of Thrones. I don't know. Most people die in Game of Thrones, so it could be anyone.
Yeah. But you can make an impact before you die.
That's true. Pedro Pascal got one of the most gruesome deaths in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I remember him saying he was quite honoured by that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did like is it one of like things like where they sort of talk about their career, and he was like, that was the part what made me. So I'm like, okay, good on you.
I think because then he went into Narcos or something, or Narcos next. Something like that on Netflix, I think was his next big one. And then obviously Mandalorian and upcoming Last of Us show.
He was in a thing with Karen Gillan recently. Was it like The Bubble or something like that?
Oh, I know. He was in Wonder Woman as well.
Yeah.
1984. So he's getting around as an actor.
He's doing all right, his old Pedro. And he's in that Nicolas Cage film as well.
Ben Miller asked most wasted character in Doctor Who. I think that's probably too broad to think of, isn't it? I imagine both classic and new probably have a fair few waste. I mean, Dodo comes to mind on TV.
It feels wrong to say Dodo, doesn't it?
Maybe Katarina.
Yeah, I think Katarina has potential. So yeah, Katarina.
Yeah. Certainly like the companion role, I suppose. So maybe Tecteun from recent.
Yeah, Tecteun's definitely up there.
A Shad as well. I mean, we're getting him back, so maybe they can redeem him. But yeah, he certainly felt like he had a lot of potential at first and then went nowhere.
Swarm and Azure.
Oh yeah.
They
Again,
started
felt
off
like had a
so
lot
well.
of potential at first. Yeah. There's a trend with villains recently, sadly, where it feels like they're off to a good start and then go nowhere.
If she was going to have a companion, the companion would not be from Earth, in my opinion. It would be an alien from an off-world planet, in my opinion. Yeah, I think something like the Divergent sort of stuff would suit Joe Martin. So maybe like a Chariz type character.
Maybe.
Some a bit different.
Time Lord again.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe like someone from early on in Earth's history.
What, like a caveman?
They may, maybe not like quite
Tribe
that
of Gum.
early on.
Tribe of Gum.
But because certainly she was hiding on modern day Earth as the Fugitive Doctor, so
All is Alan.
it makes you wonder how much of a connection does she. And if her TARDIS is a police box, then surely she's got some form of connection to Earth.
Maybe she befriends a lighthouse keeper.
Yeah, maybe. Played by Robert Pattinson.
But yeah, I mean, the other bits of Big Finish news we had was Dorian Gray. That's getting a sort of live. Well, I think it's a pilot episode. It's being filmed and it's like a homage and a tribute to the audios. I don't
Has
know
that got Alexander Valahos in it as well?
Yeah, he's playing Dorian Gray within it. And then the other bit of news what came from it is Dorian Gray will feature in a War Master box set. So we're going to have Derek Jacobi and Alexander Valahos in a set together, which would be interesting. 2 products by Scott Hancock, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder how will it just treat him as a character in Doctor Who, or will they do so? Because he's done the World's Big Finish before, hasn't he?
Yeah, you had Bernie Summerfield meet him. But I've not got World's a Big Finish.
Yeah, makes you wonder how they'll deal with it. Yes, but certainly them filming a pilot is interesting because didn't they try to like fundraise a film a while back starring Mark Gatiss?
Probably. I can't say I remember it at all.
Yeah, I swear it was like some sort of spy film
thing
they tried to do, but it never went anywhere.
Yeah, who knows? But that's the other bit of news what came out of Big Finish Day. Kind of slipped under the radar unless you're a Dorian Gray fan.
Yeah, because certainly I wasn't bothered by checking out the Dorian Gray live announcement thing. I just thought, oh yeah, Dorian Gray, not something I'm buying, so I'll leave that alone. But yeah, it turns out we're getting them in Walmart, and there's no way we're not getting a War Master set. So
yeah, by this point we're too far deep.
Yeah. Sludge one says that film is called Cleaning Up. That was it. Apparently, you could buy it. So apparently, maybe they did make it then.
Okay.
Let's have a research about this. Big Finish Cleaning Up. We have some very interesting search results. I've just thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Not going to any more detail on that.
It's not like Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, it's actually on the website here. You can buy it.
Well, know what I'm going to be watching later.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really give you too much here. Oh, so you crowdfund it by buying this. So maybe was it actually made? I can't tell here.
Is there like any videos of it at all? Or?
There's like a trailer thing, but I imagine that was more the
just to get funding for it, I guess.
yeah. Apparently, it's got Louise Jameson was going to be in it. It just seems like it's quite a bizarre thing for them to go into. But I feel like Kai is the top comment on the video trailer they've done.
Oh, good old Kai.
Cerberus that
it just makes you think, are they trying to branch out now with like the Dorian stuff, the animation? You know, is Big Finish going to be the way of getting the missing episodes back? Who knows?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, Big Finish Creative is the ones doing some of the animations, so who knows, maybe.
I mean, it is maybe if this could be like planned for like the 60th, where they go, right, we're going to animate one of our releases, because considering we've got like Big Finish Creative, you think it would be sort of a no-brainer for them to go, well, let's animate one of our stories,
or just do their own original one, really, because they produce so many. It's easy to like, get one out that's written specifically for animation, rather than animating something that was made for audio. Yeah. I mean, especially then you could do it like as a two-parter, because that would probably be a reasonable length to animate a Doctor Who story. I suppose it all depends on what the BBC say, because it's licensing, isn't it?
And then where does it go on your shelf? You know?
Yeah, that's true. You got to fit in chronologically, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, which Doctor do you think would be best for something like that?
I'd want McGann, to be honest. I'd want a McGann.
I feel like Tom would probably be more likely because he's like the most viable.
Or 10.
Or Tennant, yeah.
Which Ninth Doctor audio would you like to see animated?
I'm not too sure.
To be greedy and say the Cyberman one? The last one from Old Friends, yeah. To be greedy.
Maybe. I don't know, I feel like none of them would really carry over. I think you'd lose a lot of the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think. It's just that's the thing. Audios aren't made to be animated. They're made to be listened to as audios. Yeah, I don't. Especially like with the budget they've got, I don't really. Yeah, I don't think it would really suit a new series one.
What's the is it Monster Metropolis? I feel like that would work. Black and white.
Yeah, I suppose you could do that. It's like a black and white thing.
That'd be cool. I mean, Ravagers, I think that could lend itself to it, but who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. So I just want to ask, have you seen Josh Schneer's Out of Time animation? I've seen like the preview snippets that he put out before. I haven't watched the whole thing. Have you?
No, because I've not sunk the CD up with it. So yeah, I mean, I've seen the little trailer, like you say, and that was, it looks good and fair play. I think he's doing Brink of Death next, which good on him. Good on him.
I think you could sort of like tell it's done by one guy though, in the nicest way possible. Like, it's good animation for that. Like, it's very good fan animation, but I don't know if it's something I could sit down and watch a whole hour of necessarily. Yeah, just not quite.
I think Out of Time does lend itself to be animated because it's a nice, simple story. There you go.
Yeah, certainly good on him for diving into that.
Oh yeah. Next War Master that has not been announced yet, but it's up for pre-order for December this year. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the Dorian Gray, since it's 10 years of Dorian Gray on Big Finish. So I think that's got to be the next one, I think.
Yeah, it'll suit December as well. I wonder if maybe he's announcing the cast already, because sometimes they'll sneak stuff like that out.
I think once we get Self-Defense, we'll get that, because they're pretty quick at revealing the War Master stuff. Like, we get the trailer at the end of the box set.
Yeah, sometimes they sneak that in, don't they?
So I feel like we'll get that.
Yeah, Scott Hancock's good to us.
Oh yeah, love Scott Hancock. Have you read the War Master news article, which has an alternative box set synopsis, which implies the War Master is traveling back through his timeline? Well worth a read. Is that for the self-defense?
Yeah, I think we covered that.
Okay.
The last stream or the stream before, didn't we?
Yeah. Here's a question for you, Luke. Thoughts on
Yeah.
Moon Knight, also anticipated upcoming MCU movie or show?
I think Moonlight's been all right so far. It very much flips in quality from week to week, I feel. I think the first episode was brilliant. I think after that they start the mental health angle of things. Like the main character's got dissociative identity disorder, and it sort of becomes more of a gimmick and like an in-universe thing to play about with, rather than it treating it like a actual real-world mental illness, which it is. So that's a bit awkward there. I don't know enough about the illness itself to know how either well or badly it's depicted, but I've certainly heard quite a few people saying it could be a lot better, and there is a lot better representation for that out there. But nevertheless, I did very much enjoy the fourth episode. I think that's where things get really good. It's very much exploring a tomb. Like the episode itself is called The Tomb, and so that has probably the darkest MCU moments they've done so far, and like the mainstream stuff, excluding the Netflix shows and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and such. So I think I had a good time with that episode. And then it got very weird in the last 10 minutes, so I'm intrigued to see where it'll go from there. As for most anticipated upcoming movie or show, I suppose for Love and Thunder is like in the forefront of my mind at the moment, thanks to that great trailer we got. And I think Taika Waititi's always great, so I have faith that he'll deliver something amazing with that. Show, again, because it's like more towards the forefront of my mind with the trailer, I think Miss Marvel. I'm quite excited for that one as well. So, yeah, there we go.
That's pretty much that's all caught up in it, really.
Yeah, I suppose for you, it's not Marvel, but Disney Plus related. You're looking forward to Obi-Wan, aren't you?
Yeah, Obi-Wan. I'm looking forward to Obi-Wan because, like, for me, he was like the main Star Wars character for me, and then Mando sparks my Star Wars love, and then it's sort of Mando and Obi-Wan are my two go-to Star Wars characters, which I don't know if it's a hot take, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the composer of that was announced the other day. It's the woman who did the score for Loki. So, and that's probably the best score they've had so far out of the MCU show. So, looking forward to what she does with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, if you've got any final questions before we wrap it up, because this is just a nice little quick news stream just talking about Fugitive Doctor and Sacha Dhawan. So if you've got your final questions, pop them in the chat and we'll answer them before we close it off for tonight, really.
Yeah. Silence One says hopes for the other Star Wars shows like Cassian and The Acolyte. The Acolyte, I'm hoping for a bit more weird, a bit more out there for Star Wars. And Cassian, I loved Rogue One, big Rogue One fan. So I'm very much looking forward to that one. And I just want to see a bit more, maybe like a grittier version of Star Wars. Not R-rated Star Wars like some fans seem to want, but just something a bit more grittier, still with the fun in it. Exploring the darker times when the Empire was on top and the Rebel Alliance was getting going.
Yeah, I mean, I like Rogue One. So I think Andor's been confirmed. Oh no, is it Cassian and Andor? Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, Cassian Andor. That's it.
Cassian Andor. Hasn't that been confirmed for like a season 2 already?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they're going full on with that one, which makes sense because that's one that you can get quite a bit out of. I think the first series is going to be set 5 years before Rogue One, so presumably we'll have like 4 or 5 series is the plan, bridging that gap up to Rogue One.
Okay. No, what's The Acolyte? I feel really dumb.
That's meant to be one set in the High Republic era, like I think about 50 years before the start of Phantom Menace.
Okay.
So, and apparently that's going to be exploring more Sith and dark side stuff. Like with I think it's meant to have a female lead. So I think that's
Okay.
about all we know about. Oh, and a martial arts leaning of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's good that there are shows similar to Mandalorian that aren't focused on characters we know. And especially with a show like that, you can't easily slot many characters we know in there already. So that's going to have a bit more freedom to have its own identity.
I think that's pretty much us, isn't it? Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think we've wrapped it up there. Certainly exciting news today from Big Finish Day. And I hope everyone who went there had a good time.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Had a good time. Hopefully, you got all your Big Finish signed for free. Saw a lot of people get the Ninth Doctor vinyl signed by John Dorian. I was like, good thing to get signed.
That's understandable.
And hopefully, there's one soon. So we'll hopefully get to.
Yeah, I don't think they announced it at the end, did they? If there was going to be another one.
No, they might announce it next week.
Yeah.
But hopefully, definitely try and get to the next one because I did get a little bit of FOMO.
Nah.
So I think I'd like to meet Stephen Noonan.
Yeah, he seems like a wonderful guy.
Yeah, because I saw like loads of photos and was like, I was listening to the Outlaws once we finished chatting last night. I was like, do you know what? I really admire this guy, and the Outlaws I'm just enjoying a lot.
He's channeling the physicality a bit as well.
Like in the photo he's got, I'm like, oh, even the way he dressed, I was like, that's a bit like a relaxed Hartnell.
Yeah. I wonder if you could get him in the wig and maybe get him passing for it.
I saw somebody do like a cover of just those and like their heads on like the Doctor's bodies.
Yeah, it's like Tim, Michael and
Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen definitely doesn't
it fits,
stand out.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Scarily good.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
I think I'm definitely gonna have to get back to the miniaturist at some point. I finished the Outlaws, but it's just the miniaturist to go. So
hopefully I can finish Outlaws tonight once we finish our little chat and get ready for the next stream next week, which will be Friday, which is the Outlaws, which we decided. So we shall see you then. So thank you everyone for joining for this little surprise. Well, not really surprise, but little fun little bonus. Talking about the recent Big Finish news. So thank you for everyone.
We've had 3 streams this week as well. You lucky people.
Yeah.
3. That's I think that is a record for us.
I think it is. We're making it for lost time. But yeah, I'm sure time will catch up with us and we'll have to skip a week or something. But yeah, we're definitely making up for it. Or whatever. So yeah, nice little bonus one. And it felt right to do it, to be honest. It's one of those ones where you just want to talk about this news instead of sit on it for a week and go, okay. Because the hype will be gone by then, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. Monk Cactus. Hope you have a great Sunday as well.
I mean, just before we go, what would you say is the biggest news what's had you pumped?
What, from Big Finish?
Big Finish.
Today. Yeah, just today.
Well, in general, just whether it be Eccleston or that sort of, like, what's better news just sparked your excitement?
I'd say probably the most excited I got was back in the day when we got the maybe new series announcement in general, or perhaps the Tenant announcement. I think that was like the eclipsing one a bit, because we got a cover then, we got details as well. Like there was a lot going on with that announcement. Today, a lot of Big Finish announcements tend to be more, oh, we've got this actor, we're going to be doing stuff with them. Stay tuned for more details. So it's like the Eccleston one, yeah, that was exciting. That was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's doing this. And we're getting 4 boxes of it. Wow. But at the same time, we had no details. So there's like not anything story-wise to latch onto there and get excited for. So I think, yeah, certainly back in the day, the announcements tended to give you more to get hyped for. Because like you said, with this, it's the stuff we expected to happen.
Yeah.
Not necessarily expected this early. Although you said yesterday, actually, that, you know, you wouldn't be surprised if the Joe Martin series was announced at Big Finish Day. So
Did I say that?
Yeah, yeah, I think you did. You were saying that
Right,
that would be
okay.
your prediction for like you were saying about how they had something under embargo, and you think
Oh,
you think
okay.
it's probably that. So
Big brain.
yeah, you definitely. Yeah, but because the announcement is literally just that, it like is something you already almost expected. So it's exciting to have it, and certainly this early, it's a surprise to know about. But there's only so much to latch onto with the announcement of one actor playing this character on audio when we have no other details for it. But they'll come in time.
I think for me, John Hurt.
Yeah, that was a big one, wasn't it? And that was
Because
like October when we
I
got the
think it
set in December.
was a week before Tennant. Because those two announcements were very close together.
Yeah, I think they were.
So they were both October. I think we got John Hurt, then Tennant. I could be wrong. It could be either way, but I think John Hurt was the first one. What really made us go, oh, this is going to be something quite big, really. I think John Hurt was definitely that exciting game. Well, we don't really know much about the War Doctor, so we got his 4 box sets.
Yeah, that was certainly. And that was when we got the announcement 8 Doctor Time War as well. Technically.
As a 1 box set thing.
It's expanded out from there a bit. But I suppose we already knew about Classic Doctor's New Monsters by that point.
Yeah, like 2015 was just the year of announcements because June was the new series. Then you had the 2 Doctors join in.
I think, a while before that, you would have had Unit Extinction announcement.
Torchwood, it was a big one. It was a heavy hitter, wasn't it, that year?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the thing is with the license, we didn't necessarily expect the new series license to come at any point. Like we got into Big Finish just before that, just on the cusp of it. And it's so odd to think about that, how McGann was the main Big Finish Doctor back then. He was like the pinnacle of it with Dark Eyes and then going into Doom Coalition. Whereas now we have the options been expanded so much more with recasts and everything. It really is anything can happen now. And so while at the same time that's exciting, it also means announcements like the ones we got today are slightly less impactful. But that's just the nature of it, really. And it doesn't mean that the releases will be any worse off for it.
Oh, I can happily say that I've ordered both releases.
Oh, have you already?
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I've got swept up in this hype train. Let's do it. To be honest, I was going to buy them anyway. So
yeah,
what does it matter buying them now?
It feels like you get them for free when they do finally come out. You just got to wait for dates now.
Yeah, see the cover art and that. I think that is a perfect way to wrap it up. Sort of looking at the announcements and that, really. So yeah.
I mean the preview thumbnails they've got, especially the Call Me Master one, that is brilliant.
That could just be the box art alone, really. I like it.
Yeah,
I do like that a lot. But yeah, that is pretty much just done. Nice little quick stream talking about the news and some of our memories of the announcements from yesteryear.
from days since past.
Days since past and many days to come.
Yeah,
so
years gone by.
Oh, it feels old. Yeah. Bizarre, really, to think we were doing those Big Finish fans on the cusp of those announcements. Yeah, mental, really. But yeah, here we are. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. We will be back on Friday covering the Outlaws and the Miniaturist, and I guess the usual waffle about Big Finish news and what we've been doing. So thank you everyone for joining, and we will see you very soon.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
Take care. Bye-bye.